Like, subscribe and press the bell icon for more videos from PHN Learn. For more videos, download our app from the Play Store.
Hello everyone, welcome to the JavaScript and jQuery tutorial by PHN Technology Private Limited. In this tutorial, we are going to see a little bit of animation, actually a very simple animation, and we are going to do that using the JavaScript. Since we are completed with the concepts, it's now time to get into the field. Now, whatever I am teaching you is just conceptual, and task for you here is that you have to implement this particular coding or this particular animation onto your website. Now, it is not necessary that you have to do it as it is shown. You can implement it to any element of HTML. Now, by element, I mean any component of your website, such as the navbar, footer. So now, let's not just discuss about it and get to the coding. Now I have already created an HTML page in which I have given the heading as hovering special effect. Now in the body I am going to enter a particular text. Now what is this animation going to do? This animation is going to have a particular text on it, and as soon as the user hovers on it, or what we can say is takes his mouse on it, a particular text, it can be a text, an image, anything according to you, would appear or disappear. So let's just see how it is going to work. You can also make minute changes in it if you want to, since you know all the basic properties or basic functions of how JavaScript works. Now we will start with entering a text. I am going to enter that text in P. And I'm going to give it, since we are going to use hovering effect, I'm going to use a particular event, and that is on mouse over. Now what does this mean? That whenever our mouse click or our mouse arrow is going to be on this particular text, you have to follow this particular instructions. Now that gives me equal to, and here I'm going to write the function's name. Now, as soon as the mouse is hovered, this particular function, what does the function do? It has the particular instructions which we give it to it. Okay, we write it in as a code. So, I'm going to put it here as the function, space for function, and after this, I am going to enter some text like hover on me. Okay. After this, we are going to create a particular text which is going to appear. Okay, so I am going to give it ID. Why am I giving it ID? Because this particular text is going to appear and disappear. So we need to call this particular element into a JavaScript because we are manipulating it, right? So that's why we are going to use it. So I'm going to give it ID as text, and after that I'm going to enter the particular, like let's just say I'm giving it some styling as well. Style equals to color as red, font size as let's just say 20px, and then background color as light blue. Okay, so it's not getting light blue, so let's just enter blue. Okay, so this is my styling, and I'm going to enter hello, welcome to JavaScript tutorial. Okay, and I'm going to close it. Let's just give some width as well. Okay, now you know that you can use this particular ID text up in the style and give it styling by giving hash text and all these parameters down in a line. Okay, one by one below each other. I'm going to give width as, let's just say 40px. Now after this we are going to start with the function. Okay, so here's my script. And now I'm going to declare my function. My function is what? The instructions that would be followed by my particular event, right? So my function here's function name would be, let's just say I'm writing hide. So I'm also going to write it here, because whenever my particular user goes on this particular text, has to follow, as I've given the event here is whenever the user goes on this particular text, it is going to follow this particular function's instruction. So let's just now give the instruction. Now after giving this particular function, first of all we are going to declare a variable. To declare a variable, what do? We use the keyword var, or you can not use the keyword var as well, but then this particular variable can be deleted in the future, right? That is the difference between global and local. Now var, let's just give it as x, and we are going to write it as document. We need to fetch this particular data, right? So document dot get element by id. Okay, get elements by, it is s, always remember it's a s, by id, and my id here would be text, right? We are going to manipulate this particular thing, so that's why we have used this particular id over here. And then let's just give it a semicolon. After this, what we are going to do is we are going to enter some code which is going to follow a particular instruction, such as whenever the text is appeared over there, and if the particular text is hovered, that is hovered on me, then what should happen? It should disappear. But if that particular text is already disappeared, then what should happen? If the user clicks or hovers on that particular hover on me, then it should appear. So isn't this condition satisfying if condition? So here we are going to use the if condition. So how is it going to go? If, now here we are going to use that styling of our JavaScript. Remember the variable name, the attribute, and then the particular property. So our property here would be display. So if x.display, why am I using 3 equal to signs over here? Because at any condition, even if there are some restrictions to it, it should not be followed. It should strictly follow this particular condition. Okay. So if it is not display, then what is going to happen? x.style.display equals to block. Now display equals to block means what? It is going to be displayed. So this is one of my condition, and my second condition would come inside the else. What would be? It would be x.style.display and again equal to, and if it is none, okay, let's just revise this particular condition again. If the content is not displayed, it would be displayed. But if it is displayed, what should happen? It should not be displayed. So here comes our else condition. Okay, so we need to put them in the curly double quotes because they are values, right? Sometimes you miss such things and this can cause a lot of problem. So now we'll just save it and now go on our website and refresh it. So you can see as I hover on it, it either appears or disappears. So you can make changes in this code. You can play with the if condition over here and make it used for your website. Till then, please keep coding and keep exploring. Thank you.
For more videos, download our app from the Play Store.